Kosuke Asazuki. He knew things only my brother would know. What are the Blade Children? Why are they after me? What exactly was my brother pursuing?
Are you paying attention, Ayumu?
No, not really.
I'll see you in my office after class. Okay, class, let's continue. It's not that your grades are a problem. It's your constant daydreaming and lack of participation. It's normal for kids your age to drift away from time to time, but I just don't think you're living up to your potential.
So, I haven't done anything wrong?
Not specifically, no. I just think you could try harder. You're a smart kid when you put your mind to it. Don't you think you owe it to yourself to excel as much as you can?
Not really. What do you care anyway? After all, I am just a regular old boring high school student.
You don't give yourself enough credit. You're not like all the other students. You have a gift. Someday that gift may change someone's life.
So, is that all you wanted?
Soon you will understand. Your nightmarish destiny will engulf you.
Huh?
I gotta say, he's pretty clever. Little Narumi, I mean, not only did he guess my card, but he survived stage 2. It's obvious he's Kiyotaka's little brother.
Your strategy was weak. You made it too easy for him.
So it's my fault then. So tell me, does little Narumi really have what it takes to change the destiny of the Blade Children?
That all depends on how the plan goes.
Ah, the so-called plan. You know, they call it fate because people can't change it.
So they do. But our fate was made by people.
Making it all the more unchangeable.
Stop lying to me.
But I didn't do anything, really.
Miss Suzuki, what's going on here?
Oh, Mr. Imazato. This student broke the window, and she's standing here lying to me about it. She won't admit what she's done.
I'm not lying. Someone really did throw a rock from outside and break the glass.
Then why are there shards of glass on the outside of the building? If the rock really came from the outside, there should only be broken glass on the inside.
But I didn't. I promise.
Stop lying to me!
Now, Miss Suzuki.
Mr. Imazato, I can handle this, thank you.
Hold up a minute. Don't you know? Glass has elastic properties. It bends when it's hit. This flexibility allows the glass to return to its normal state. The same thing happens when it breaks. The bending causes glass fragments to fly off in both directions. It's what's known as the blowback effect. The girl isn't lying. So if I were you, I'd clean up the glass and apologize to her.
He really is just like his older brother. So, you've decided to take matters into your own hands.
Why not?
I know you. I know how you work. You're going to kill Ayumu, aren't you?
Please, it's not as though we haven't already tried.
At this point, he hasn't reached his full potential. He still lacks something vital, the ability to believe in himself. But there's no doubt in my mind that an irreplaceable power lies within him. Do you really intend to crush your last hope with your own 2 hands?
If he is what you say, then we won't be able to kill him. His power will make him invincible to us.
Listen, Rutherford. You go after Ayumu, consider me your enemy. I'll hunt you myself.
That didn't sound like it went very well. Things can get a lot tougher around here if Imazato turns against us. He already knows too much about our plans. If you were to talk to little Narumi, it could make things much more difficult.
So why don't you take care of the little Narumi problem?
If it were that easy, I would have handled it already. Besides, he knows my face now.
In that case, ask young Rio to assist you.
Rio's good and she knows what she's doing, but I just can't stand being around her.
Hold it right there!
What's your deal?
Guess what? I've got terrific news.
Sorry, not interested. See you later.
but I found some information on Kosuke Osazuki.
Osazuki?
Kosuke Osazuki, 17 years of age, born August 28, 1987. That makes him a Virgo, by the way. He attended Morikawa Middle School until he was 14. In his second year, he had a run-in with a teacher and she was injured. After that, he disappeared and hasn't been heard from since.
Any family?
I couldn't find anything on his father, but his mother was killed in an accident when he was only 3 years old.
That's some pretty good detective work.
Oh, that? It was nothing. Just you wait, Buster. Give me a week. I'll find out where he lives, what kind of shoes he wears. I'll even tell you what he eats for breakfast.
Okay, that's scary. About Osazuki. Based on his background, I'd say he stays on the move. But he must have found somewhere to go. He can't be working alone. He must be getting help from someone.
Ayumu. Ayumu! Isn't there something you'd like to say to me?
Like,
thank you so much, Hiono. Because of you, the Notes of Truth will play. I don't know what I'd do without you. You know, some moving words of gratitude.
what? Why would I want to do that?
Hiono, punch!
Ayumu,
What is it?
I just wanted to thank you for helping me today.
Huh?
Not the brightest girl.
Yeah, not so much. So, what did you do for her?
Nothing worth being thanked for. No big deal.
I told you don't give yourself enough credit.
What do you want?
You should learn to accept gratitude when it comes your way. It wasn't much, but you did help that girl. You didn't have to, but you did. You see, it's important to believe in yourself.
That's exactly what I've been trying to tell him.
Ayumu, I'd like to talk to you about the Blade Children.
Huh?
I thought you'd be interested, but I'm putting myself at risk by speaking to you like this. Act like we're talking about school or something.
What can you tell me?
There are forces at work all around us, Ayumu. Right now, even as we speak, there's more going on than you can imagine.
I need some straight answers. Who are you? What's happening? And what am I supposed to do about it?
We'll continue our chat later in the lecture hall. 6 o'clock.
Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Mr. Imisato.
Huh?
It's only 5 o'clock.
I'm running a search on Kosuke. Maybe I can pull up an address or a phone number. There's nothing on him in the school records.
Something's going on in the lecture hall.
What's going on? I don't know. Everyone's over there.
Come on, let's go check it out.
Wonder what happened.
Let's find out. Hey, what's going on in there?
It's Mr. Imisato. He collapsed on the floor.
Is he okay?
No, we're too late. There's no pulse.
Ayumu, I'd like to talk to you about the Blade Children. There's more going on than you can imagine.
Someone wanted him silenced, but who?
Hey, you guys can't just barge in here and start messing.
He's not breathing and his heart has stopped. Looks like rigor mortis is starting to set in. Don't bother with an ambulance, it's too late. Someone call the police right away. Now!
I'm on it.
All right, which one of you was the first to discover the body?
I did.
Tell me what happened.
I was passing by the class and glanced in. He was just lying on the floor. I called to him, but he didn't answer.
How do you think he died? There's no blood. He doesn't seem injured. Maybe he had a heart attack.
It wasn't a heart attack. He was gassed.
Gassed? I don't smell anything.
You wouldn't. The doors and windows are open. The room is aired out by now. Besides, this isn't the kind of gas you can smell.
It's really cold in here. I wonder if the air conditioning is turned on.
Cold. So that was the murder weapon.
Murder weapon? Are you trying to tell me this was a murder?
The timing's too perfect to be an accident. He mysteriously dies right before he was going to tell me a secret. The Blade children have to be responsible for this.
What's going on in here?
Mr. Imizato has been murdered. Don't touch anything and don't let anyone leave. Lock down the campus and wait for the police. This was definitely a homicide, occurring shortly after 4 o'clock this afternoon. The killer is most likely a female, and by my deduction is 4.5 to 5 feet tall. She is a student here and probably still among us. She wears a size 5 shoe. She's small, but don't let that fool you. She's dangerous.
How can you tell all of this?
Because the melody of logic always plays the notes of truth. Hiono, I've got a job for you. Can you take this information and narrow down a list of suspects?
Give me 3 days and I'll have it down to 20 people.
I'm counting on you.
He's counting on me!
Watch out. I'm coming for you, Blade children. Just as I thought.
But there's nothing here.
Exactly. The killer took it. The murder weapon, I mean.
Another weapon?
Yep, dry ice.
Here, it's a list of vital stats for all the students. Height, weight, age. Using this list as my starting point, I'll extract only the girls who are between 4.5 and 5 feet tall.
But that still leaves us with over 50 girls.
This is where my skills really pay off.
I hope so.
I'll just review all their schedules for today and map out all their movements. Then I'll determine to whom each of them spoke, paying special attention to the area near the crime scene. By tomorrow evening, I should be able to get you a complete rundown for every one of them.
I gotta hand it to you. Your investigative skills really are something else.
Yeah, I know, aren't they? By the way, I was wondering, what does dry ice have to do with gas poisoning?
Dry ice is nothing but frozen carbon dioxide. Imizato was poisoned with carbon dioxide.
Huh, carbon dioxide?
Yeah, people don't realize that CO2 can be deadly. Just because it's in the air all around us doesn't make it safe. In highly concentrated amounts, it'll kill you, just like carbon monoxide will.
Yikes. So the room must have been filled with carbon dioxide left when the dry ice evaporated. Mr. Imizato went in and basically suffocated.
Exactly. Dry ice must be kept at a temperature below -94 degrees. When it evaporated, the temperature in the room must have dropped drastically, leaving spots of condensation around the podium. It was simply the natural moisture in the air that condensed into water when the room temperature fell.
I think I'm following you, so the dry ice had to have been in the podium.
That's right. And then once all of it had vaporized, the killer lured Imizato into the classroom. She probably talked with him as the gas slowly began to poison him.
Oh, I see.
The killer was probably someone he knew, so he wasn't suspicious. Plus, carbon dioxide is an odorless, tasteless gas.
But how is it that the killer was unaffected by the gas? If she was in the same room with him...
She'd need to know that the carbon dioxide is a heavier gas than oxygen or nitrogen. As the dry ice evaporated, the poison gas settled in the bottom of the room. The killer stayed safe higher up.
That's why you checked the area at the top of the classroom.
She turned the classroom into a deadly gas chamber, a sort of Misty Gallows. She murdered Mr. Imizato and escaped.
Okay, how did you figure out the killer's height and shoe size?
I found fresh footprints all over the room. They were most likely created when the killer stepped on the floor, wet from condensation. I determined her height based on the length of her stride.
And the gender?
Based on the height and small shoe size, the killer couldn't have been a boy.
All right, one last thing. What made you decide it was one of the students?
Well, there was no sign of a struggle or any other type of physical violence. By the time Mr. Misato realized he was in danger, it was too late. He'd already inhaled the deadly gas, which leads me to believe he wasn't surprised to see the person who killed him, because she was a student here. If I were guessing, I would say that the killer is someone we'd never suspect.
Man, you got some nerve making me do all the grunt work. You know, dry ice is heavier than regular ice.
That's why I called you. I wasn't gonna carry it myself.
Impressive, though, the way you threw it together so quickly.
Who's there?
Mr. Misato, I need to talk to you about something important.
Ah, Miss Takeuchi. Oh.
What's wrong? Is it too cold in here?
Yeah. I wonder if there's something wrong with the air conditioning.
You know, it's always coldest when death approaches.
What did you say?
You're determined to stand in our way no matter what, Mr. Misato.
You're a...
Member of the Blade Children, Ryo Takeuchi.
What do you want from me?
It's simple. I have to be sure you won't tell Ayumu Narumi what you know about the Blade Children.
Don't you think that's a little unfair to him?
Do you actually believe that fate is fair? Oh, come now. If it was, then I wonder if the Blade Children ever would have been born at all.
I didn't realize you were so pessimistic.
It's not pessimism. It's the stark reality of the situation. Now, are you going to answer my question?
I won't stand by and let you kill Ayumu. I would gladly give my life to stop you Blade Children.
Well, if that's the way you want it, then that's the way you'll get it.
You can't hide the truth forever.
Mr. Misato. Goodbye. Kiyotaka's little brother is going to be a headache for us.
You think so?
He's very bright. I mean, look at the way he immediately figured out the physical description of the killer. He's amazing!
He has a keen sense of perception and deduction, so what?
But there's something more. Something extrasensory. It's a gift.
What did you expect? You challenged little Narumi by killing Misato at his school.
Ah, but Mr. Misato was going to tell Ayumu everything. Something had to be done right away. I had no choice but to kill him there.
Don't sweat it, Ryo. The reporter girl helps him out a lot. She's pretty smart, but without her tracking things down for him, he's got nothing. And even together, they're no match for us. Don't worry, we'll never be caught.
You're so stupid, Kosuke. If you haven't noticed, Ayumu is just like his brother. He's not going to walk away from this.
Huh?
In the end, though, we will be victorious.
Your deductions are pretty solid, but we just don't have enough data. I can only narrow it down to 10 students. I've tried everything I can think of. Is it going to be enough for you to go on?
I'm afraid not. Besides, my deductions aren't that great. Even if we could single out one person, it would be my word against theirs.
So why don't you tell me what I'm doing all this work for?
Well, we need more. We need concrete proof. The trap has been set, so now we just wait. I will win out in the end.
How could we have known this was just the beginning? Things were about to take a drastic turn we never could have expected.
乾いた喉に流し込んだ甘い香り心が次から次へと溢れ出す サッカーボールをずっと追いかけてるようなあの頃
for Hiono's Useful News Report! Dun 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 dun! A really interesting menu item has been discovered in a coffee shop by the station. Its name, Natto Pumpkin Squidding Strawberry Parfait Deluxe! I need to get info on that right away. Next episode's highlight is when a lost cat visits the newspaper office. Aww. On the next Spiral Blind Spot in the Web. Don't miss the serious turn of events in the next episode!